TC here with another tank review for you. Today we're going to look at the Tier 6 Chinese Premium Light Tank. This is the Type 64. As you see, it's a little open top Tier 6 Scout tank. It's always a bit confusing this, but from what I understand, it's a Hellcat hull with an M24 Duster turret, or the other way around. We'll just double check that, shall we? So let's have a look at the vehicle details. Yeah, the Hellcat turret was mounted on an M24 anti-aircraft, so there you go. Wrong way around. Common mistake though, everybody gets this wrong. A lot of fun, this little thing. It's very quick. It's not the quickest, but it's one of the quickest tanks in the game. So with the new patches in 9.14, obviously it slides like an absolute bugger. The gun is pretty poor. You've got 128 pen or 177 with premium, so you do see people driving around with quite a high stock of premium ammunition on this vehicle. 128 is good enough, but you know, once you start seeing the higher tiers, which this vehicle can see, because obviously it's scout matchmaking tier 7 to 9, it's a little bit rough. It's not very accurate either. It's quite a derpy gun, 0.4 accuracy, but it does aim very quickly, and you've got a really quick rate of fire. Crew on this is my 5916 crew, with the exception of the radio operator. The Type 64 is quite unique in the Chinese light tanks. It's the only one that needs a radio operator, so you will have to have a specific radio operator for this vehicle. Crew skills, as you can see, we've got 6 cents on our commander with camo, and we're 86% through Brothers in Arms. Our gunner is full camo with snapshot and nearly Brothers in Arms. Our driver, again, 100% camo and 100% smooth ride and 86% BIA. Radio operator, 100% camo, 100% situational awareness, which is a really good skill. The radio operators get pretty poor skills as a whole, but situational awareness is actually one of the really good ones. It gives you a boost to your view range, which you'll see in once I show you the details of the tank a bit more. And then we've got the loader, safe stowage. It is a paper thin tank, so its ammo rack does get knocked out quite easily. So safe stowage is just a little bit of an extra bonus there. I think the only other thing maybe to consider, God, is intuition or something like that. Well, you know, again, loader skills are pretty rubbish. But obviously, with a full camo crew, this thing is really stealthy, which is great for doing scout missions in. And the bonus of earning a butt ton of credits is always fantastic. Pretty beefy engine, 500 horsepower, in a very light tank at 23 tons. Really good power to weight ratio, so it does get up and go very quickly. My kit out, I've gone with the rammer, I've gone with camo net, and I've gone with the coated optics. As you know, normally with my scouts, I tend to equip vents, camo net, and optics. Now, obviously, this is open top, so no vents on this one, so instead we've gone with the rammer. There is an argument for a lane drive or a V-stab or something like that, but 2.1 second aiming time is pretty quick anyway, so it's acceptable. Ammo loadout, 30 AP, 15 APCR, a little bit low on the APCR, but normally you can make the AP work, but it does struggle. So it's not like a Wizzy 131 or a AMX or a Chaffee or a T37. You can't really engage in this tank. You have to play very, very cautiously. You can do, and the Ace Tanker replay does show when you're able to get to the soft flanks of tanks, and you get favourable matchmaking, of course. My setup, I've gone with big toolkit, the big repair kit, and the premium food, improved combat rations. Now, I've gone with that mainly because I normally play this with the clan in tier 6 strongholds, tier 6 skirmishes. I do that so that I get a really quick reload. It does make quite a large difference, which is almost unbelievable, the difference it makes to the reload on this. So let's go through the stats. We've got 580 hit points, 500 horsepower engine, 72.4 top speed, really quick traverse of 56 degrees, so it does turn very, very quickly. With the new patches, you do have to be careful of cocking a track. Armour, yeah, doesn't have any, don't worry about it. Anything that this thing meets with a HE shell is going to penetrate it and wreck it. That's why I don't bother with the fire extinguisher, because at the end of the day, yeah, you know, if you get set on fire, you burn to the ground, you've got 580 hit points. Most things that you're going to meet can load a HE shell and kill you in one shot. End of. It doesn't take arty shells well, it doesn't take any sort of damage well, so it's not advisable. But, you know, hey, you get a big boost from that. You get 10% to everything, your crew skills, your crew perks, and it lasts the entire battle. Okay, it cost me 20 grand a game, but the flip side is, this is a premium. You can make the money, as we'll see. Rate of fire, 18.18 rounds a minute, 2.72 seconds reload time. It really is a very quick machine gun time, but with that reload and this low ammo count of 45 shells, as you can imagine, you can burn through your ammunition very, very, very quickly. To each verse, 36 degrees. It's not the quickest, but it's quick enough. And again, running your combat rations does tweak that a bit. Now the big one, view range. As you know, me and view range, I absolutely love it. I like to be able to stand off. I like to see people before they see me and get some early spots, early engagements. So this tank has an actual view range of 463 meters. Now that is almost 20 meters over the max spotting range of 445. But every meter over that you get defeats any other tank's camo. So you know, if you're against another full camoed scout tank, you will see them before they see you. Fact. End of. 763 meter view range. It doesn't have the strongest radio for this type of vehicle, but 763 is more than enough to cover pretty much the entire map. And there we go. That's my review of this. That's my review of the stats of it. Let's have a look at the Ace Tank gameplay. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, it's a tier 7 game with a lot more tier 6s and some tier 5s in this, so it's really favourable matchmaking for the Type 64. Let's just speed it up a little bit, just so we can get through the battle timing and get off the way. The new tank sounds are really good. Bit of a bug there with the chat. I will work on that. So straight away, as we can see, this is standard speed, so it's a pretty quick and nimble tank. We're heading for the hill, the normal scouty location. You can go over to the other flank and get some spots down to about the JH3 area where the heavy tanks push, but it is, you know, it's, you know, we've got quite a good force going that way, and we've got very little coming this way. But I do have some backup on its way there in the form of the OILX. It's a T29, an OI, and a KV85. That's not a bad grouping. We're going to push to this side of the hill initially, get some early shots on this Type 58. So as you can see, we zoomed in. Next shot donks. As we pull the trigger, he reappears backing up there. He's aimed at, he sees us, he snapshots us. We bounce off his front, but we do get one more damaging shot into him there. His wild return misses and he's safe now, but we do try and get a cheeky dipping shot onto him. We've got an M4 that's just pushing here. One of the better players on the opposition, so he is a primary target for us. We pull forward. Now the T29 is there. The T29 does give us his flank, so we go for a tracking shot. Instead we penetrate. We then aim at the 34-100 and we get at least 2 shots into this guy. He returns in effectively. We then pull forward. We get a shot on the back of the T29, followed by another one, and we set his fire tank on. We set his fuel tank on fire. Now this guy doesn't have a fire extinguisher. How do we know that? Because he's just burning to death. And we don't get the kill, but someone else does. And we did take a big hit from him there, so unfortunately we did take some damage. Another shot into the T34-100 here. We're already up to 1700 damage. So it just shows you how quickly this thing can build up damage. Now there is a Dicamax lurking about, as you can see on the minimap, so we have to be exceedingly careful. We're on very low hit points, we can't take a hit. We pull forward to see if we can see the Dicamax. There he is. We go for a snapshot, we miss, we aim, We get a shot, we pull back. We don't get shot in return. We don't go forward though because the dicker is looking this way. However, did you see what popped up on the minimap? There he is, the bishop. So let's bash our bishop. 3 shots, and our T29 takes out the bishop. Pull forward, looking for some more shots on targets. None currently available. No kills at the minute though. Nothing on the T150, nothing on the T34 there either. Although he is pulling back, so we might be able to get some shots on him. Now, this is a mistake on my part here. I actually hit I go for a shot underneath, but as you can see, we hit the terrain in front of him. No damage there for us on the T34. Now this side is completely overrun, so it's time to relocate. Now at this point, this T29 does a fantastic job of blocking us and taking some of our hit points away from us. Now we're down to 48. Just want to say a big shout out and thanks to the T29 for that. Really kind of you. So as you can see, straight away redlining the engine there, all the way up to the top speed of the tank, manoeuvring over as quick as we can do. Now our bishop is frantically signalling for some help. Now this is another foible of the new patch. Some of those hitboxes used to be a little bit small in the air, and they're not anymore, so well, c'est la vie. So the Hellcat takes out the OI experimental, and then there's the artillery as well. So I'm looking for the stealthiest way possible to engage these 2 tanks, and in the end I think, sod it, I'm just going to go in as quick as I can do and use the turret reverse. We get spotted by the KV-1, so these guys know we're coming, but we use auto aim. Now here we can see the slow turret reverse of the Hellcat, and our reload wins. The M44 misses, very lucky for us this, and we finish off the M44. We're up to 2,542 damage. We get invited to join a platoon there by somebody. We don't accept it though, unfortunately. Thank you very much for the invite. So here we are, we're trying to get spots on the KV-1. We are spotted by him, so he knows we're coming. There's his fire. He's using the howitzers, so we now know that he's not going to return fire in the time it takes us to kill him. Now you notice we were down to APCR there. I do apologise to that KV-1. You did try really hard there, mate, but I'm sorry, I was down to only APCR. And there we go. That's the end of that game. Look at the post-game stats then for that game. So here we go. As we can see, victory. We got the mastery badge, we got a bruiser, and we got 5 for effect. We also got the high caliber medal. Total credits earned 75,981 with 3,992 for the double. So that was our first game in the Type 64 that day. Let's look at the team score. As you can see, top of the team both in XP and damage. A good 1,000 more than this OI as well. So we did a very good job of working with the team, especially with us having two no damages, some low damages. Overall, the team, as you can see from the point of damage upwards, did actually play slightly better than our team. This S51 had a blinding game there, so we were definitely the deciding factor for our team there. Very good game. Let's have a look at the screen. We all want to see the money shot, as they say. As you can see, 75,981 credits. Even after our food consumable, our ammunition cost, and the repair to the damage we took, we still made 51,123 for a tier 6 tank. All a bit a premium. That's still a really good credit haul. Currently, as I'm recording this video today, it is on offer, I understand, with some money off on the Wargaming website. So if you're watching this on the day I release it or the Sunday afterwards, pick yourself one up. It's a lovely tank, it's a lot of fun, really recommended. Coming up next, once I've finished this one, once this one's finished and uploaded for you, we're going to do a replay of the new British Tier 8 Premium, the FV4202P. I'll give you my thoughts on it and allow you to make an informed decision and see what you think. Anyway, cheers for watching guys, catch you later, bye.